After Delhi sweep, big Chief Minister decision next. Suspense over BJP's Delhi Chief Minister pick. Hectic parleys in BJP Delhi camp. Delhi Chief Minister to be from elected MLAs. Will BJP choose woman Chief Minister? BJP to balance caste equation. Shah Nadda brainstorm in Delhi. Oath taking after Prime Minister's return from US. कौन बनेगा दिल्ली का Chief Minister?
Good evening, you're watching To The Point. I'm Akshata Nandagopal, and this evening we're focusing on what's happening in the national capital. We listed a slew of questions for which 4 days since the verdict in the national capital in favour of the BJP, we have no answers to. And reportedly, the Bharatiya Janata Party is in no tearing hurry to go ahead and appoint a chief minister. What that essentially means is that governance is in limbo till the BJP takes a decision on who is the chosen one for the national capital, who will be the chief minister. What we're hearing from our sources is that the decision will be taken, the announcement will be made, all of it will be done once Prime Minister Modi comes back to India after his two-nation tour. I want to open this up now and bring in our panelists on this broadcast. We've got Sardar R.P. Singh, national spokesperson of the BJP, Rashid Kidwai, author and political analyst, Anmol Panwar, national spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. We'll also have Ashutosh, author and political analyst, with us shortly. Good evening, gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us. Mr. Kidwai, I'd like to begin with you. What do you make, sir, of this delay in naming the chief minister?
Yeah, so I think first of all, it's an internal matter of a political party that has won, Delhi election in a very comprehensive manner. In the constitutional and a proprietary sense, the BJP should have appointed a central observer, which eventually I think it would, and ascertain views of newly elected party MLAs, and going by the majority number, and name, the new chief minister of Delhi. Now there are some kind of twist in the tail in a way that the Prime Minister is traveling abroad, and unless he comes in, perhaps the BJP Central Parliamentary Board would not meet. So therefore, there's all kind of meetings and speculation is going on. Perhaps things would have been better had kind of central observers were appointed, because in this time and age, Prime Minister is just a telephone call away. So you could have, his views could have been ascertained, and Delhi would have had a chief minister, rather than having this kind of I won't say any delay, but it's a governance of a change from Atishi to the new chief minister, from AAP to BJP, should have started perhaps this week.
Who do you think is a front runner, Mr. Kidwai? Who do you think is perhaps going to get the CM throne?
No, I think that's a very hazardous way to speculate. I would personally feel, again, in this kind of thing, as I said, the majority of MLAs opting for a person, people who have been a giant killer, people who have defeated, Arvind Kejriwal, Saurabh Bhardwaj, and several, I would say, by same yardstick, Manish Sisodia. So all the people who have been giant killers, people who command respect. And perhaps maybe on gender line, maybe somebody from the Sikh community. All those things are there. So it's not that who I would prefer, but I think the BJP will keep a lot of factors in mind, keeping in mind the challenger before Delhi, the kind of difficulty it has, because you need to be in, so to say, have on the same page with the Lieutenant Governor. Now the Lieutenant Governor is the BJP appointee, but still you need to get along. So you need to have that ability as a team leader. So all this, and of course some kind of administrative experience, vision. Remember, there's a very difficult problems like air pollution, cleaning of Yamuna River. These are big challenges, not an easy thing. So I think there should be someone who would reflect will of the people.
Okay, I appreciate, Mr. Kidwai, why you won't want to harbour a guess right now because of the BJP's track record of picking completely new, surprising faces. We've seen it, of course, in several other states. Ashutosh is also with us. Ashutosh ji, good evening. What do you make of the fact that we have no idea of when there's going to be an announcement of who is the next chief minister? Do you think that this delay is warranted, is justified?
No, whether the delay is warranted or not, that's a different story altogether. But the issue is only one person in entire country knows who will be the next chief minister in Delhi. Nobody else knows. And at least the journalist and Mr. Rashid Kidwai and me absolutely have no clue who's going to be the chief minister, because that's why I will not hazard any guess over here. Yeah. Because as you know, take the case of Rajasthan, everybody was guessing all the big names. Suddenly you get one Bhajan Lal Sharma, like in Haryana, Mr. Manohar Lal Khattar. Nobody has guessed who could be, but then suddenly you get Khattar Saab. So it's not right on my part because I have absolutely no information, so no guess. But I can say one thing, that the chief minister should belong to a social class, a category which should have some impact, like in Bihar election or in next UP elections. So it will be more of a political appointment than somebody who is known for the governance.
Okay, so Ashutosh, Rashid Kidwai, nor I, none of us are going to try to wager a bet on who's going to be the next Delhi Chief Minister. I bet Mr. R.P. Singh also won't be doing that. Mr. Singh, what's happening in the Delhi BJP? You know, everyone thought with the kind of mandate that you've gotten, you'll hit the ground running. There are so many issues to be addressed. We're hearing about what is going to be perhaps discussed in the first cabinet meet, but we have no idea when this cabinet meet will take place.
Day one, our in charge of Delhi affairs said that we'll need 10 days, and by 10 days we'll announce the chief minister. Because it's a political process, it's a democratic process, and then the process of talking to MLAs is already on. Our party leaders are already talking to the MLAs, and then moment we reach out a conclusion, you will come to know, but not beyond 10 days. You will surely come to know about who's going to the CM within 10 days.
There's no observer who's been appointed. We don't know when the legislative party meet is going to take place. Is everything hinging upon Prime Minister Modi's schedule, and is that very telling of who's going to be calling the shots in Delhi?
I just now told you, our party president and party leaders, the in charge for Delhi affair is Mr. Panda, Jai Panda, and along with him, the other two in charges are already meeting the MLAs. They are already talking to MLAs, and then they are trying to reach out to some conclusion. And then, moment they are able to reach to some conclusion, they'll pass it on to the party national president also, and also to the Home Minister and to the Prime Minister also.
Okay, let's bring in also the Aam Aadmi Party on this discussion. Anmol Panwar, what do you have to say about the fact that 4 days since the mandate against your party for the BJP, we still don't know who's going to be the Chief Minister?
Good evening, Akshita ji. Akshita ji, the BJP made big promises during the elections, and now that it is in power, there's no reason for delays. And we have learned that internal conflicts have stalled selection of a chief minister, but the people of Delhi cannot wait, especially for the essential services like electricity, healthcare, education, and water supply.
No, what internal conflicts are you referring to, Anmol ji?
I think what might be the reason that it's been more than 4 days they have not been able to select a chief minister. And under the AAP government, the whole Delhi witnessed that there were no power cuts, ensuring 24/7 free electricity. However, within days of the new BJP-led government, long power cuts have become the norm. We have seen in the last 4 days, there are power cuts for more than 4 hours, 5 hours. So as a responsible opposition, it is our duty to hold this BJP-led government accountable and stand for the people's right. They have made a slew of promises. The BJP promised that in the first cabinet meeting, they'll ensure approval of 2,500 scheme, and that every woman by 8th of March will get rupees 2,500 in their account. We'll make sure that they keep this promise. We'll also not allow the BJP to stop the progress which the Aam Aadmi Party has made over the last 10 years. The BJP promised free electricity, including 300 units for every household. They promised that they'll ensure that the government schools remain excellent, free treatment in Mohalla clinic is uninterrupted, and the government hospitals continue to provide quality healthcare. So we'll make sure that the BJP delivers on its promises. इन्हें भागने नहीं देंगे हम.
Okay, you said that you will ensure you're a constructive opposition, but Mr. R.P. Singh, go ahead. You know, the charge will be that governance now there's a pause button that's been pressed on governance in Delhi till a decision is taken on who will be the chief minister.
See, it's not like Aam Aadmi Party or Congress Party where a dynasty decides or where one leader, he is the boss, he is the chief minister, he is everything. This is a process and then we are on with the process. And where is the governance process being halted or is being hampered? When he's talking falsehood, he's spreading falsehood by saying electricity cut and all. I mean, that's not I have not heard there is any electricity cut at any place. So, but anyhow, they are on with their agenda, let them be. And then, but Mr. Mol Pawar, be prepared. The first cabinet meeting, the SCAG report will be placed, and also all those cases which are still pending will be ensured that those cases are followed, and then Mr. Kejriwal goes behind bar again.
Okay, you know, we will talk about what really is expected at that cabinet meeting. And Anmolji, I'll give you a chance. I just want to bring in Ashutoshji also on the point about, you know, what Mr. R.P. Singh has said. Ashutoshji, he says that the Aam Aadmi Party is run by one man. But right now, what sources have told us is that they're waiting for Prime Minister Modi to return. Do you think it's indicative of really what the Delhi governance model is going to be for the BJP?
See, R.P. Singh is a senior leader of the party, so he can say. But the fact of the matter is that the BJP is also run by one man. Rehan Ketbhai was pointing at the two person. No. Rehan Bhai, there's only one person who runs things. The other person is just only executing and implementing things. See, this is unexplainable. Why you are taking 10 days to choose a chief minister? Unless there is some other reason. Chief ministers are the legislatures are here. Party president is here. The Home Minister is here. Prime Minister is always available on phone, or if at all, if you need a discussion, let the MLAs choose their own leader. Have a meeting for 1 hour. They will elect who should be the chief minister, unless it is decided by some other reason. There is an extraneous reason, and then you can have an issue. BJP in the last 10 years never had an issue on the choice who will be the chief minister. It's not that there was a faction fighting for each other and they were quarreling with each other. It has never happened. When they chose Mr. Pushkar Singh Dhami, nobody said anything. When they chose Mr. Patel in Gujarat, nobody said a thing. When Khattar was chosen as the chief minister, nobody objected to that. So Mr. Narendra Modi is so powerful that nobody can raise a voice against him. That's why I'm saying there has to be some other reason for the choice of the chief minister in Delhi. Yeah. And the choice of the chief minister in Delhi can only be one reason, is that whether it can attract extra votes in Bihar, in UP, in other places. Who that man can be or who that woman can be. That's the only reason. Otherwise, in an hour's time, BJP can have a leader of the legislature party as well as the chief minister. Doesn't need 10 days.
Mr. Kedwai, do you tend to agree with what Ashutosh ji has said, that this is a decision that's essentially left to one person in the party? Look, all along in the poll campaign for Delhi, you had Prime Minister Modi in rallies speak about a double-engine government. But is this actually, a single-engine government that is run essentially by the centre, where the Chief Minister will be a puppet CM and the de facto CM is going to be the Prime Minister?
No, not really. I think I look at, Delhi power structure. It is Lieutenant Governor's government, and that was in fact one of the major complaints that Mr. Arvind Kejriwal and Atishi as chief ministers had. So I don't think, unlike other states like, maybe Bengal, Tamil Nadu or other states, in Delhi, it is, the work, at least it is not affected. It is, of course, a lot of curiosity, a lot of, this process of elimination is taking place within the BJP. And perhaps, the BJP leadership is waiting for the more, eager people to make some kind of, false move. But there is a lieutenant governor is in place. So work is not suffering by any stretch of imagination. I am quite... baffled what is preventing Aam Aadmi Party from, holding its own meeting and appointing a, leader of opposition. They can, take the, a step, but they are also not doing it. So after elections, when this kind of election happens, political parties tend to, take time and take a decision. I think the BJP, as I keep saying, is within its rights to sort of, take its time and wait for it. All we can hope for is that there should be, whether it's a woman or a Sikh or somebody from Purvanchal, somebody who solves or manages to solve Delhi's core issues, and more so, to my mind, have some kind of cordial relations with the office of Lieutenant Governor, because after all, it's the Lieutenant Governor who clears every file. So there will not be any clash, but the sort of the imposing persona of the Lieutenant Governor would very much be there on the new Chief Minister.
Okay, Mr. R.P. Singh, I know you can't give us any hints or leads of who will be the Delhi Chief Minister, but the question that comes up is about who will really be controlling this government. It's perfectly fine, of course, that Prime Minister Modi calls the shots for the BJP. It was, of course, his face on the ticket for the BJP in this particular election. So the votes for the BJP were for Prime Minister Modi. But having said that, is there now a state of limbo? Because after all, he is the Prime Minister and has other responsibilities. Is that why a decision hasn't been taken just yet?
Well, we have government in other states also. UP, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Odisha. I mean, all states, Chief Ministers, Assam, all states, all Northeast states, all state Chief Ministers take the decision on their own, or the cabinet takes the decision on their own. I mean, there's a broader vision of the Prime Minister about how the country has to run and how states has to work in tandem with the country. It's a broader vision. And in that, like, for example, Ayushman Bharat. I mean, what do Prime Minister to do in that? I mean, only thing is that the local state, the state health minister and state chief minister had to work in tandem with the state, central health minister and ensure that Ayushman Bharat is implemented. Or, for example, the roof on the head, the housing scheme. I mean, only thing is that the urban housing minister and the state minister for the housing will have to coordinate with each other and ensure that the housing are being given to the poor. I mean, I don't understand. For water, ensuring that water reaches, which they could ensure that the water reaches.
But on the decision of CM, you're saying it's a 100% democratic process within the BJP. Why is it then completely timed to when the Prime Minister comes back to India, sir?
No, it's not that. You yourself is saying that there are 10 leaders who met today, there are 10 leaders who met day before yesterday.
Yeah.
So the process is on. Sorry, the process is already on. I don't understand. Where do you see that process is not happening?
The reason we say that is because there's no observer who's been appointed. You don't have a legislative party meet date just yet.
You are misinformed. I told you, Jai Panda ji is the election in charge for the Delhi BJP. And as an election in charge, it's a responsibility to ensure that he picks up the right person and then helps the Center Committee to pick up the right person.
Okay. Anmol ji, your response to also what Mr. Kidwai questioned about why the AAP hasn't gone ahead and appointed a leader of opposition. Are you facing a big challenge in the fact that you have a lack of faces right now? All your big leaders lost the election. Is the AAP in a predicament where you're going to struggle to find a leader of opposition?
Akshita ji, the fact is that the governance is suffering in Delhi because the BJP has not appointed a chief minister. And as far as leader of opposition is concerned, two of our cabinet ministers and senior leaders, Satishi ji and Gopal Rai ji, they have won the elections with a good margin. And Mr. Singh, I did not.
Mr. Arpi Singh, I'll give you a chance to respond. Hold on, let Anmol ji make his point.
Mr. Singh, I did not interrupt. See, we'll certainly appoint the leader of opposition, but the people of Delhi are more concerned about the 2,500 rupees per month promised to the women, about the free welfare schemes which the BJP has promised to the people of Delhi, that they must not be stalled and they must be continued as was done by the Aam Aadmi Party. तो लोगों को ज्यादा चिंता इस चीज की है कि जो वादे उनसे किए गए थे भाजपा के द्वारा वो पूरे किए जाएं.
Okay, Mr. R.P. Singh, your response.
And if the process is
okay,
so
Anmol ji, let Mr. R.P. Singh respond now. Yeah.
Well, there's a chief minister who was in jail, was trying to run the state from the jail, and when he came out, he said, I couldn't fulfill this promise because I was in jail. I couldn't clean Yamuna, I couldn't provide tap water, I couldn't build up roads, I couldn't cover up the pots in the road because I was in jail. So this is the party. This party is asking that in 4 days there is a problem.
Just hold on, Anmol ji. Let Mr. R.P. Singh finish. Yeah.
So look who's talking. I mean, शीशा देखकर रहिए अनमोल जी, फिर बात करिएगा. थोड़ा कंगी में मैं भेज दूंगा आपके लिए और थोड़ा शीशा साफ करने के लिए कोई दे दूंगा. सर, आपने दिल्ली को बर्बाद किया है. आपने दिल्ली को बर्बाद किया है और दिल्ली को बदहाल किया है. हम चिंता मत करिए, 5 साल बाद हम ये नहीं कहेंगे कि नहीं मुझे शर्म आ रही है कि मैं यमुना जी साफ नहीं कर पाया, मुझे शर्म आ रही है कि मैं दिल्ली के सड़कों खड्डे नहीं कर पाया, मैं भर पाया, मुझे शर्म आ रही है कि मैं दिल्ली में लड़के का पानी नहीं दे पाया.
Okay. What's been welcoming is the information that we received, which is that the first cabinet meet you're going to be seeing moves being made by the BJP to fulfill the promise of cleaning up the Yamuna. And we sincerely hope that actually happens, that once at least the government is formed, Mr. R.P. Singh, you truly hit the ground running. I know we don't want to speculate on who could be the chief minister, but Mr. Kidwai and Ashutosh ji, I'll just bring you in on really what do you think the BJP's focus and number one factor should be, priority when they choose the chief minister? Ashutosh ji, you referred to other elections coming up which the BJP could consider. Keeping that in mind, what do you think would be the right permutation combination that the BJP should keep in mind and get right?
See, BJP should have in my opinion, should have either Dalit chief minister or a OBC chief minister, because that will have that will convey a political message to the Dalit community and to the OBC's community, especially in the North India. So, and he will be an asset because BJP in the last since the days of the parliament election has been accused of that it ignores Dalit voters, and Dalit voters was seen to be drifting away from the BJP. Even in this Delhi election also, if you look at the figures very carefully, more than 60% or more than 55% Dalits have voted for the Aam Aadmi Party, not for the BJP. And even the parliament elections, there was a major shift among the Dalit voters from the BJP to the other political parties. So the BJP has been attacked. The BJP is a Brahman Baniya party. It is an upper caste party. To spell that that perception away from the BJP, they need to have somebody who should be from the Dalit community or from the OBC communities, and that also goes well with the social justice paradigm with the Rahul Gandhi wants to bring into Indian politics.
You know, one of the names that are doing the rounds right now, and for obvious reasons, as the number one front runner of sorts, is of Parvesh Verma, considering that he was the giant slayer, the big headliner of this election. Mr. Kidwai, do you think that Parvesh Verma will be rewarded with the CM throne for having defeated Arvind Kejriwal? Do you think that he is the biggest contender right now for the position?
Yeah, so it looks very, kind of obvious that he's a contender, he's a front runner. But the fact that he's not been appointed, the fact that there is a 10-day gap, I think you must also look at, the Delhi legacy. The Delhi chief ministers have been, of the past, few decades, have been very towering personalities since, Delhi became a statehood. So you had, Madan Lal Khurana, Sahib Singh Verma, then Sheila Dikshit, and of course, Arvind Kejriwal, who won, more than one mandate. So the BJP would want to, it's my assessment that they would bring a towering person rather than just one of those persons who fit in the bill. So they would want somebody who can build on, and it would not look as if it's a one-time fluke. Somebody who can, have more than 2 tenure or so. So therefore, we'll have to wait and watch. To my mind, it can be a dark horse, and perhaps if you're asking me, provoking me actually to say that it may be a non-member person who's not a member of the present Delhi Assembly.
Okay, so it could be an MP, and in which case, of course, the entire number of contenders goes up considerably because the number of faces that the BJP has, prominent ones in the Delhi BJP unit. Mr. R.P. Singh, final question to you, sir. Just give us a timeline of when we can expect a government to be formed. Are we working this weekend, Mr. R.P. Singh?
By 18th of this month.
By the 18th of this month. Okay, so we'll hold you to that. By the 18th of this month, the BJP says we will know who exactly is the chief minister. Not timed, the BJP says, to the Prime Minister's return to India. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us on this broadcast. So through this week, you can expect the speculation to continue, perhaps to grow with every single meeting that happens. There are several frontrunners, several contenders, but you never quite know with the BJP. Thanks very much for tuning in to this edition of To The Point.